Make my life difficult for nearly a decade? I'll make you look like an idiot. When I was 19 and headed off to university, my parents co-signed a mortgage on a small condo for me. It was only $52,000 at the time, and owning a place seemed like a better choice than renting and dealing with landlords. The unit was in a 24-unit building split into 2 sections, and most of the residents were seniors. I had a basement unit, and as the only student, I made sure to be respectful. No parties, no loud music, just peace and quiet. Most of my neighbors appreciated me. I'd help with groceries, move heavy things, whatever they needed. But there was one exception, my upstairs neighbor, a petite woman in her 70s who somehow stomped around like a herd of elephants. Every Sunday morning at 5 a.m., she blasted gospel music on her TV, and any small issue in the building, that damn kid was her default scapegoat. She even accused me of breaking into her car once and filed a police report claiming she'd seen me do it. Unfortunately for her, I was out of the country on a school internship at the time. But despite having no proof, she remained determined to make my life miserable. She submitted formal complaints to the condo board trying to get me kicked out, at least 11 times during my stay. Then came a turning point. I was working as a paramedic and got called to a shooting incident. A man had shot his neighbor in a property dispute. The neighbor survived, and because I'd responded to the scene, investigators needed my statement. I arranged for them to meet me at my condo after work. I had just gotten out of the shower when the investigators buzzed the door. I told them to come in and heard them walk upstairs. That's when it hit me. They were knocking on her door. I was still half dressed as I listened. She asked what they wanted, and they introduced themselves as officers from the RCMP Major Crimes Division and said they were looking for me. I heard her smug reply, "Oh, he lives downstairs. What did he do?" They refused to say, of course, since it was an ongoing investigation. She must have thought Christmas had come early. The investigators finished their business with me quickly, but the damage was already done. Word spread fast. Soon, other residents started acting cold toward me. Eventually, a board member, who had always been nice before, showed up at my door with a letter demanding I explain myself. Apparently, Linda, not her real name, had told the board I'd been arrested for robbery and kidnapping, and now people were scared to live near me. I told the board I wanted to exercise my right to a review meeting, and one was scheduled a week later. Linda, of course, would be there, smug as ever. When the day came, the board members were clearly skeptical. Linda was seated, trying to look composed, but practically glowing with anticipation. The president asked me to make my case. I handed each board member a letter on official RCMP letterhead, signed by the regional superintendent. It stated that I was not under investigation for any crime, and had never been arrested or questioned as a suspect. The officers had visited merely to collect a statement related to my duties as a paramedic. The letter also acknowledged that they were reopening a previous case of a false police statement against me, filed by Linda. The mood in the room shifted. Dirty looks aimed at me now turned toward her. She tried to argue, said the letter was fake, that she'd seen me in handcuffs. Her voice wavered. She begged the board to believe her, but no one did. I then explained how she had harassed me for years. I told them I was done being silent, and that my lawyer had advised me not to discuss anything further since Linda's conduct, as a board member, exposed them to legal action. The following day, the board president returned to tell me that Linda had been removed from her position. She was issued a formal warning. Any more harassment, and they'd take steps to have her removed from the building altogether. But it didn't end there. She also received a visit from the police, this time with a summons for filing a false statement and obstructing an officer. She pled guilty, received a suspended sentence, and was put on a 1-year condition not to harass, threaten, or inconvenience me. I moved to another province before her year was up, but for a brief period of time, I actually got to sleep in on Sunday mornings.